This probably isn't the most forgiving lighting or appearance for a video, but it's 2:30 in the morning, and I've had another one of those nights where I'm up late working some of the time, procrastinating the rest of the time, and I've been thinking about things, and so I decided I wanted to make a video now for some reason. Last week I made a video talking about how I was struggling, how the long journey sometimes feels like it takes too long, even though you know it's part of the process. It's something that pretty much everyone goes through, and barely anybody watched it, but that's fine because I didn't really share it anywhere. It was really hard for me to make that video. It's been really hard for me to try to be more vulnerable talking to you. And so I didn't really push it super hard. I didn't share it around as much because in my mind I didn't necessarily, I think, want it to get too many views, even if none of my videos get many views right now. So if you're watching, thanks. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that after I made that video last week, I had a bit of a breakthrough. A small one. It's still an ongoing process. But the gist of it is realizing that I've probably been moving too fast. And so I'm trying to learn again. I'm 24. I'll be turning 25 at the end of the year. It's pretty young, but everywhere you turn now, there's stories about people my age and younger being super successful. And those are hard to deal with sometimes when you're ambitious. I'm ambitious when you're, driven by creative projects. You want to have that kind of success. You want your work to reach people in that same way. And I'm not there yet. I've done and been involved with some successful projects, not creatively, but in the business and marketing side. But most of those have been pretty small scale. And I realized that even though I've tried to stay aware of it, even though I've tried to not get too far ahead of myself, I have. And I've put myself in a position where I feel like I can't afford to be a student. I can't afford to try to learn. I can't afford to look dumb and ask questions, because I feel like that due to the way I've tried to present myself, I need to know everything already. And that's just not true. I've learned a ton in the last 6 years since I've really started pushing towards working professionally and independently after leaving college. But there's still a ton that I don't know, and things are changing, and I'm still learning. And I'm trying to learn as much as I can, not only for my own projects, but so I can help other people with their projects, because I love stories, and I love telling stories, and I love sharing great stories and helping people share the stories that they have to tell. There's a lot of different people out there, and my stories are only going to be good for, I think, a certain kinds of people. And there's people that there's other creators that are better suited to reaching readers, viewers, listeners, that my work won't reach or isn't for whatever reason. And I want to help them get their work out there. I want to be in a position to do that well, and to keep accumulating knowledge more than I have now, and to not worry about needing to present myself as some sort of expert, because ultimately I just need to keep learning. That's really the core realization. And in this last week, between making that last video about how I'm struggling and now making this video about learning to learn again, I've just started reaching out to people for help. Just a couple people. But I'm going to keep doing it because, you know, I've got some great friends and nobody makes it alone. And for everything I know, there's more I'm trying to figure out. There's some quote that's coming to mind right now that I know I'm probably butchering. But it's, you know, something about a wise man knowing how little he knows, right? You might have heard it before. That's pretty much the gist of it. So I'm going to keep trying to use what I know already and take advantage of that. And then in the meantime, just, you know, the rest of the time, try to learn as much as possible of the rest. That's kind of where I'm at now. Even though I thought I was being really good about staying humble and not getting caught up in it, the realities of needing to build a business and being a consultant, which is what I've been doing and what I still do, though less so now, has made it that I've presented myself in a lot of ways as an expert. And while there are certain things that I'm an expert on, like I said, no. While there are certain things that I know well, just having knowledge, just having greater knowledge of one area, knowledge greater than the clients that I work with in one area, shouldn't stop me from continuing to seek to further my knowledge, either in that area or in other areas where I just don't have any experience, because that's the reality of where I am right now. And so I'm trying to turn the clock back and swallow my pride. Right now, nobody's watching. Nobody cares really about what I'm up to. And I'm not saying that out of frustration. I'm saying that out of opportunity, right? If there was a time to give myself more time to keep figuring things out, I think this is it. I think this is the opportunity to keep learning and to ride the line between my pride of doing things my own way, which will hopefully lead to good places, even if it costs me some opportunity, and, you know, swallowing it down to work with people and learn from people who I think can teach me a lot, because there's a lot of really great people doing great work out there in a ton of different fields that I'd love to learn more from. And I want to take advantage of being this early in my career to learn as much as possible, because I think I'll need to if I want to get to where I want to get. So that's what I have to say. That's my 2:30, 2:40 in the morning rant before I go to bed in terrible lighting, looking like a mess. So yeah, if you're out there and feeling the same thing, let me know. It would help me to know that I'm not being totally crazy and that I'm not the only one feeling this way. I think it's probably sounds right. It's never too late to ask questions and to keep learning. It seems like it'd be a good, I don't know, quote or something that people would look back to. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to get some sleep, and I'm going to wake up and just try to keep working, keep plugging along, making progress, taking it one step at a time, and keep asking questions along the way, because I think that's only going to make the journey easier and faster and ultimately better for me and for everyone I work with or try to help. So that's it for tonight. I don't know what that was. I'll blame it on my immediate need for sleep. See you next time.